In this video we are going to talk about top 7 proofs the Bible is true. So before starting this video, like this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel for future updates. Not a book showed up in that frame of mind at one point ever. All things being equal, the Bible was composed over a time of exactly 1,500 years by various creators. In spite of the fact that it is seen as one book, it's really an assortment of many books. It is called God's Word despite the fact that God didn't actually compose it. All things being equal, God managed regular individuals, motivated by Him, to record what Christians acknowledge as the Bible. The Old Testament is essentially a record of God's dealings with His picked individuals, the Hebrews or Jews. The New Testament proceeds with the record with first-century records of the life and service of Jesus and the battles looked by new Christians in a threatening society. Number 7. Mount Sinai was found in Saudi Arabia. Nearby to where it was originally believed to have been, experts think they have finally located one of the most sacred locations in the Bible. According to the Old Testament, Moses led the Israelites up a mountain covered in smoke, fire, and thunder, where he was given the 10 Commandments by God. The Doubting Thomas Research Foundation, a group of biblical archaeologists, claims to have discovered this mountain. However, the group currently asserts that Jabal Maqla, which is located in the Jabal al-Lawz mountain range in northwest Saudi Arabia, is actually Mount Sinai, one of the holiest sites in the Jewish, Christian, and Islamic religions. According to Foundation President Ryan Morrow, a Middle East specialist, one of the main reasons some experts claim that the Exodus is a hoax is that little to no evidence for what the Bible relates has been uncovered at the legendary Mount Sinai in Egypt's Sinai Peninsula. He asked, but what if these researchers have actually been looking in the wrong place? You can find extraordinarily strong evidence that supports the biblical account if you travel to the Arabian Peninsula. Near Nuweiba Beach, where researchers have discovered land passages beneath the water where God would have parted the waters for Moses and the Israelites, Jabal Maqla is a mountain range with blackened peaks that appear to have been burnt by the sun or fire. The Egyptians were drowned in the sea when the Israelites reached land on the opposite side of the water, despite the fact that they were being pursued by chariot-riding Egyptians. According to Swedish researcher Dr. Leonard Mahler, a chariot-like shape was discovered in the region's coral. He told the outlet that the metal and wood had long since decayed. Despite being in the middle of a desert, there is a sizable, split rock with evidence of water erosion on the route from the beach to the potential Mount Sinai. Number 6. Biblical names found on a Jerusalem seal and bulla. A 2,600-year-old bulla, a clay seal impression of an antique seal that has biblical names, was discovered by archaeologists digging in Jerusalem. The bulla bears the inscription, belonging to Nathan Melech, servant of the king, in Paleo Hebrew. The name and the phrase servant of the king are both mentioned in the Bible, where Nathan Melech is described as a representative in King Josiah's court in 2 Kings 23 verse 11. The bulla was found in its original location among the ruins of a structure that was presumably demolished in the 6th century BC by the Babylonians in 587 BC, when they devastated Jerusalem. Archaeologists have determined that the structure is an administrative center based on its size, the finely cut ashlar stones used in its construction, and the remains of a polished plaster floor. Although scholars cannot be certain, for factors point to this identification, the bulla's rarity, its discovery in a sizable First Temple-era administrative structure, King Josiah's reign, which began in the middle of the 7th century BC and was relatively close to the time of the destruction, and the title, which designates a person who served as a royal official. Epigrapher Christopher Rolls-Tunn, who is renowned for his circumspect approach to inscriptions, came to the conclusion that data converge to make it probable that the figure of the Bible and the figure of this bulla are one and the same. As for me, I am entirely comfortable considering it most likely, or virtually certain, that 2 Kings 23 verse 11 and this bulla refer to the same person. Number 5. Royal Stewards seal impression stumbled upon in Jerusalem. The City of David Sifting Project recently stumbled upon a bulla, or clay seal impression, that dates back to the 7th century BC. The dirt used in the sifting process was obtained from an excavation that took place at the Western Wall's Jerusalem foundations in 2013 beneath Robinson's Arch. The Hebrew inscription Adoniyahu Asher al-Habayit, which translates to Adoniyahu, who is over the house, is on the bulla, which is 1 centimeter in size. 3 times in the Bible, the name Adoniyahu appears. The most well-known bearer is a son of King David and Haggith who goes by the shortened name Adonijah, 1 Kings 1 verse 5. Asher al-Habayit, the title on the inscription, is a biblical title that is found in Isaiah 22 verse 15 and translates to royal steward. Some have hypothesized that there might be a connection between this seal impression and a burial found 150 years ago that is likewise from the 7th century BC and has the inscription Asher al-Habayit. It's interesting to note that the owner's name is only partially written on the tombstone and concludes with the same 3 letters as a bulla that was only recently found. Others think the great steward Shebna, also known as Shebaniyahu, whose grave was carved after he was removed from office, is buried in the burial, is a 22:15-19. Number 4. Lachish discovers Rehoboam's wall. A fortress wall from the 10th century BC has been found in Lachish, according to Professor Yosef Garfinkel, director of the Institute of Archaeology at Hebrew University of Jerusalem. After lying abandoned for more than 2 centuries, Layer 5 of Lachish is said to show indications that it was once a fortified city. Using olive pits discovered beneath a floor that extended to the wall's carbon dating revealed that it was constructed around 920 BC. Rehoboam, Solomon's son, governed during this exact period, supporting the biblical account that reads, Rehoboam dwelt in Jerusalem and constructed cities for defense in Judah. He constructed several fortified cities in Judah and Benjamin, including Bethlehem, Etam, Tekoa, Bethsur, Soko, Adullam, Gath, Mareshah, Ziph, Adoraim, Lachish, Azekah, Zorah, Aijalon, and Hebron. 2 Chronicles 11 verses 5-10, additional archaeological proof that the kingdom of Judah was established as the Bible recounts it can be found in this finding. Number 3. Unique terminology. The Bible is exceptional as far as the way things are composed, coordinated, deciphered, and protected. As verified above, it was composed over a time of 1,650 years by various creators who were enlivened by God. Ordering the various books in a single volume would for sure be a particular peculiarity, considerably more than simply managing a disputable subject like religion. There could be no other book in this set of experiences that has at any point been written in a similar way as the Bible. The book is deciphered every year in various dialects, becoming one of the most mind-blowing selling books. Without most likely, this implies that individuals have confidence in whatever is contained in the Bible, enlightening its honesty and dependability. No matter what the reactions and the threats from various domains, the Bible actually exists. It is outstanding the way that this book has been protected for millennia, even before Jesus Christ came to uncover its certifiable importance. Its message and impact make it a remarkable composition, depicting that it is a decent book. Robinson, 2003. From the outset as far as possible, the Bible shows a message of trust, confidence, consideration, and love. Many individuals, from unskilled people to the most splendid personalities on the planet, have tracked down scholarly information and profound satisfaction in the message of this one-of-a-kind book. Number 2. Legitimate. The Bible is factual, implying that anything contained in it is valid. This has been affirmed through paleontology. A large portion of the areas, customs, and occasions referenced in the Bible have been affirmed by specialists in the Middle East. Specifically, Associates for Biblical Research has generally uncovered Jericho, Scheller, 1999. The city of Jericho is said to have walls that appear to fall outward, authenticating the records in the Bible as respects to the fall of Jericho walls. Plus, during the 1940s, scrolls were found in Qumran caves close to the Dead Sea. The parchments were supposed to be 800 years more established than some other existing original copies and were contained in the Hebrew Bible canon. The parchments gave a better than close to 100% certainty to the extent that the creativity of content in the New Testament is concerned. Archaeologists have additionally found compositions duplicates of crafted by Julius Caesar, antiquarian Herodotus, and Homer, the earliest from 1,500 years after they composed. Robinson, 2003. Once more, these compositions exhibit a careful way to deal with correspondence and history of the Bible, adding the certainty that what the Bible addresses is unique. The presence of the archaeological materials and destinations give objective motivations to consider the Bible valid and dependable. Number 1. Fulfillment of predictions. Also, there is sufficient proof demonstrating the satisfaction of predictions as remembered for the Bible. Most predictions that were remembered for the Old Testament happened. As shown in Deuteronomy 18 verses 20 to 22, the test for a prophet during this time was 100% honesty, and the discipline of forecasting erroneously was passing. In light of this, various predictions contained in the Old Testament were satisfied in the New Testament. For example, the birth, passing and restoration of Jesus Christ, Messiah, came to occur as forecasted in the Old Testament. The exact timing of the Messiah's appearance was determined in Daniel 9 verses 24 to 26. The sacred writing accentuates how Jesus would come in the city and shut down transgression, to acquire everlasting honorableness, and to get the message out of God. This occurred as Jesus was conceived and started spreading the gospel in all urban areas, before later being killed and Jesus raising from the dead, and his body has never been discovered. What do you think about this video? Do let us know in the comments section below. If you enjoyed this video and want to hear from us again, be sure to hit that subscribe button before you go.